Hey, what's up, guys? I want to talk about a potential path for Bitcoin and altcoins in the coming months/year. So we can look forward to what we can maybe expect in this crypto market because the bull run is obviously happening. But how high can we actually go? So, welcome to the Fomo Factory. By the way, it's my birthday. So, if you want to like the video, give it a birthday like. Maybe then this pushes into YouTube's algorithm for once, like once a year. A good video blowing up would be nice, right? Subscribe to the channel. If you're new, then join, right? Like you can get a lot of information from this. Don't forget to turn the bell notification on as well. And let's jump into the content. I don't want to make this too long, actually. At the moment of recording, Bitcoin is 104K. It's a day pre-recorded because I'm, of course, not sitting here on my birthday. I have actual life, believe it or not. But it doesn't really matter because this is for the coming weeks/months to go. And that should not matter by the day unless we get a black swan today. Could happen, but I don't expect it. Now, what I'm saying in my videos always is based on what happened, not on what I think is going to happen, right? So I'm not saying like, hey, Trump is hitting the office here. So I don't know. I don't care. All I learned since 2013 actually in crypto is that news is irrelevant. At least it could have a short term, it could do something short term with the price, but overall, the cycle always starts at a certain point and it ends kind of at the same point. And what happens in between, that's all been driven by news and feelings and emotions and all that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, cycle behavior is what's way more important in crypto. So if you are new to the channel, my overall outlook is I am bullish on the market, of course. I was quite bearish over here on altcoins, as I said that altcoins are likely still going down against Bitcoin. And at a certain point, that stopped. And that certain point wasn't even that long ago. If you look at altcoins on their Bitcoin pair, and there are underperformers, outperformers, whatsoever, of course, right? But if you take the complete top 125, excluding the top 10, mix them in one chart and put that against Bitcoin, then this is what you get. And this chart is showing, is it alt season or Bitcoin season? And what's funny, of course, that at the moment that Bitcoin found its bottom in 2022, people kind of said like, well, time for altcoins, right? And Bitcoin was grinding up, but because altcoins on the Bitcoin pair were going down, people got disappointed in the altcoin market and they said like, well, this time is different because, hey, Bitcoin is going up, but altcoins aren't, right? But this is very normal, actually. Here we had the Bitcoin bottom and altcoins still went down on the Bitcoin pair for like, December 2018 till December for 2 years, right? Now here as well, beginning 2022, they went down until like was it beginning 2022? Sorry, end of 2022 until kind of the end of 2024. So this shows like, hey, although in the middle of it, it feels like a drag and it feels like it's long and terrible and this time is different. It's actually not, right? So my general outlook on the market was, be careful with altcoins and start allocating in around this position right here. But now I am mega bullish on altcoins, and it doesn't mean we cannot have a short-term dip or anything. But if you just look at altcoins on their Bitcoin pair, then you can see that we bounce off of this trend line at the end of 2024, at the end of 2020, at the end of 2016, 4-year cycle, right? And exactly this trend line as well. That's not a coincidence. And why this chart matters to me more than, for example, a total tree that a lot of people talk about is one, total tree is everything excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I feel like that if ADA, XRP, Dogecoin, BNB, if they go up, then this chart goes up hard, right? Because they take a lot of market capitalization. It's not necessarily beneficial for my wallet because I don't hold these high caps. Also, this chart includes stablecoins, right? And they don't really make up a fair, chart actually, because stablecoins, if it stays correct, it's always at one price, right? Therefore, I rather look at others, for example, everything outside of the top 10 in the top 125, but rather that on its Bitcoin pair. Why? Because others might go up right now, right? This is the altcoin market. Of course, it goes up, but yeah, of course, because Bitcoin just went from 15K to 105. It almost did a 10x from the bottom. Altcoins should go up really hard. And if you look at this, altcoins, still far from the previous cycle high, right? While Bitcoin is far above it. So that means one thing, Bitcoin is outperforming. And what you will notice is that altcoins will really go up hard on the dollar pair as soon as they really start to outperform Bitcoin. Because if you overlay the altcoin chart, right, altcoins on the dollar pair on this one, right here, when, there was that grind up basically on the dollar pair, but like therefore after that also down. It was altcoins, they did okay, right, on the dollar pair, but only after altcoins started to outperform Bitcoin, it's where altcoins really went like kind of parabolic on the dollar pair. And that's just because Bitcoin is so high. So, if you outperform 100K Bitcoin, yeah, you bet that that altcoin is going to rip. And we had some good examples. I gave XRP as an example a couple times, right? I said XRP on the dollar pair is not necessarily, well, now it's doing pretty fine, by the way, but it looks like XRP is ripping, while in fact, it's not really what's happening, right? Because if you look at XRP Bitcoin, not much has happened. This is the result of Bitcoin just ripping and XRP doing something, right? And then you get this on the dollar pair. Now, a lot of altcoins on the Bitcoin pair, they look like crap. So can you imagine when they start to do something? And that's this chart collectively. And that's what's going to make this alt season so insane. It's not that this is going to be the biggest alt season ever, because I don't expect that altcoins on their Bitcoin pair go up another 2,000% or so. But it is that they will outperform a Bitcoin, which has way more liquidity in the market than 4 years ago or even 8 years ago. So overall, my outlook for the coming year is that alt season is actually going to be fucking awesome, and a lot of people are probably not bullish enough. Now, this is a general outlook of all kind of things, right? On when it is likely to happen, look, I like to use history, right? Because that's all we got. And if we take a look at that, this is the altcoin dominance, right? So also kind of showing, is it alt season or not? You see that the biggest gains came in Q1 2021 and Q1 2017. So there's a good chance that we will have a good candle in Q1 2025. Could be that January is going to be bearish and February and March are going to be super bullish, which eventually makes it green. That's definitely possible. Here, January, Feb, and March were both, or all three were green. And here also, they were all three green. But it could be that one compensates for the other, right? So that I don't know exactly. But overall, that quarter, I am very positive and hopeful about that. Now, in the meantime, what do we see? We see Bitcoin, making new highs, right? But what's interesting right here? So it's December 2024. Let's stay sticking to the 4-year cycle, because again, some people like to fade it still, but so far it has worked for me, and I made my first million not too long ago with crypto without gambling into weird meme coins or whatever, but just sticking to the cycle. Very simple, boring stuff. Slow but steady. Well, slow, like it worked, right? So if anything, if you want to compare, like we are here, we are here. That's what it is. But if you want to compare it, we are here or here, right? Now, what happened in both cases for Bitcoin in that period? Well, the last cycle where we were at this point, we got a correction in January, beginning of January, and we went down with like 30%, right? In this cycle right here, in January, we got a correction of around 30%. So cyclical wise, it is expected to get a good correction of around maybe 30% in January. right? That could happen. However, we first also had a very big run up, right? We had that mid-cycle top right there, and we ran up 44% before we got a correction. Here, we had a mid-cycle top, and we went up 70% before we got that correction. Now, here we had the top, mid-cycle top, and we're sitting at 40%, right? If 70, we can go to 127K first, maybe, right? And then get a correction. That's a possibility, right? And again, I'm not here sitting to predict things. I'm showing you the possibilities and the probabilities, right? And other than that, I have no fucking clue, right? Let not anybody tell you that they do know, by the way, because they don't. However, if we look at the Fib retracement, you can see that the 200% level comes in at 121. And that's usually a big level after you break the 618. So what could be possible is that we rally up there for the rest of this month until somewhere in January, then get a 30% correction, which takes us to 80, 85, right? Could be possible. And then go in full bull mode. Look, I'm not saying that that correction will happen, but I am saying like, hey, last cycle, this time we got it. And the cycle before exactly this time we got it, same percentage-wise again. So it's not something we should completely rule out. Now, what is interesting though, is that if you look at these, let me get that. If you look at these corrections, what happened on altcoins on their Bitcoin pair during that time, right? Because, yeah, if altcoins on their Bitcoin pair also go down while Bitcoin goes down, yeah, then it's not that nice, actually. And I completely lost the chart. Okay, here we have it. So let me see if I can get it. Yeah, cannot make it any better than this, I think. Okay, whatever. So here we had that correction. Yeah, it's hard to see right now, but here we had that correction. What you see is that altcoins on their Bitcoin pair actually went up in that period, right? They didn't went down. They went down before that. That's that cycle. If we look at the cycle after that, you can see we had the 30% correction over here, right? Here. And what you can see on this chart right here is that altcoins on the Bitcoin pair went up. We had the the correction before that. What we see right now is that we are in that correction, right, for altcoins on the Bitcoin pair. So that's quite interesting. So it might be that altcoins on their Bitcoin pair are now actually looking for a kind of a new bottom, if you will, right? We had the bottom, in my opinion, but hey, we can maybe go back and then go up, or partly back. That we get that first, then it goes up again, and then we get a Bitcoin correction, but this would still go up. Right now, that's what it did last two cycles. Again, it's not a guarantee that it would happen right now, right? But what would it mean for your actual altcoin back? Well, it's actually not that bad, because if you look when that Bitcoin correction occurred, here, altcoins on the dollar pair went straight up, right? Went straight up, no correction over there. Here, we had that Bitcoin correction, pretty heavy one as well. Altcoins on the Bitcoin pair, they kind of shot up as well. So therefore, I do think we are now entering the stage of the market where Bitcoin might have corrections here and there. Will probably have, and big ones as well. The altcoin market will not bleed that hard from it, actually. Because it's just a shift of money, right? People, they see Bitcoin over 100K. That was the psychological level. Feel like, how much room is there really? Let's put it into something else. And therefore, you can already see the money flow, right? This is the top six high cap coins, for example. XRP, BNB, Cardano, AVAX, Dogecoin, not AVAX, but Dogecoin, Solana, etc. Yeah, this thing is already ripping, right? Made almost a new all-time high. While if you look at the lower cap altcoins, they came close, but not almost a new all-time high, right? They were further from it. So that shows like, hey, Bitcoin, high caps, low caps. And it feels like, although Bitcoin is not done running, the money is going to flow into the lower caps. And therefore, we should see the Bitcoin dominance going down. At the moment of recording, we are sitting at the bull market support band. So, we were above the whole time, getting altcoins nicely wrecked, actually. Now we broke down, and now it's simply a retest of that bull market support band. And I think, and I mainly hope, but I think, although we could wick, we should stay below it and go down. Multiple reasons, because there are now alt season signals flashing everywhere. Also, altcoins, I don't always say that, Bitcoin dominance without stable coins broke down out of a big rising wedge, also below the bull market support band. So this is showing real weakness right here. So alt season is kind of getting confirmed from all different angles for me. So what I kind of expect is actually maybe Bitcoin running up more this month, maybe beginning next month. Later in January, getting a good correction, actually taking the altcoin market just not down with it. And then when Bitcoin comes out of that correction, right? So let's say not time-wise, not price-wise, but just like how I think it will be, like quite pattern-wise, will be something like this. And then when Bitcoin gets out of its correction, this is where altcoins completely blow up. And I think, honestly, that this could already happen in March, April, something like that. Then if you want to know, like, when can we possibly top out, I don't know, but I made a video about it yesterday. Do check it out. But I think that this would be kind of the pattern that we're going to see. And we can do this here instead of here, but kind of the movement which we are going to see. Then you have to realize, once we are here, that would be top euphoria. This is not top euphoria where we are right now. This is hopeful and happy, but it's not top euphoria or anything. Not compared to last market or 2017 market at all. We will get there. And at that point in the market, you will probably feel like, oh my God, this is never going to end. The bull market is going to last forever. I'm printing money from every angle. I'm never going to sell anything, right? Don't forget this moment. Don't forget this moment where you still realize, like, yes, it will end at a certain point, and you really sell. Otherwise, I will do it. Other big people will do it. Like, not other big people will do it, right? People will dump on you. So it's better to do it yourself. So keep that in mind. This is my general outlook, not a very precise prediction or anything, but it's good to have a plan. If you stick to it a little bit, then I think you're going to do pretty fine. So that's it for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like the video. If you want to like the video, it would help me a lot. Subscribe to the channel. Turn the bell notification on. Check out the Alpha Factory down below. Last day of the discount. Fomo Factory. Fomo Friday. That's the code. So check it out right there. Exclusive community. A lot of exclusive videos. Indicators like this group is killing it, man. So be there, and I'll see you guys very soon.